Hello everyone, this is Boricua Pinks and welcome back to Let's Play Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. In the last episode, I was really confused for a while, but I finally figured out what I had to do in order for us to progress. Jeez, that was rough. So, it's been about 2 weeks, maybe 3, since I last recorded, so I've been busy trying to find a job. Anyway, so now, let's continue on. And we're finally going to be able to talk to Ron Delight.
Oh, Mr. Wright!
Mr. Delight, did they finish their interrogation?
Yes, but please don't leave me alone anymore!
Oh my god, Ron. Oh, it's been a while. Voice acting is fun. Ron, I don't know what you expect us to do, buddy. Mr. Delight, you lied to us before, didn't you?
Well, you see...
On the same night, the sacred urn was stolen from Lordly Taylor department store. A blackmail letter you got summoned you to KB Security to hand over some money. And then, that's where the CEO, Kane Bullard, was murdered. But there's only one Ron Delight, am I right? So the only question is, where were you that night? This time I want to hear the whole truth. Your life depends on it.
Okay.
You should always be honest with your lawyer, man. We're trying to save you. Alright. Are you Mask to Mask? Mr. Delight, do you still insist that you are Mask to Mask?
Isn't that what I've been saying since yesterday?
That was a quick response.
Tell me about it. To be honest, it's starting to get irritating.
But listen, Mr. Delight. At the trial today, we learned the true identity of the thief, didn't we?
Mr. Big Nose. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Crazy man. I'm able to find a rival worthy of my genius. I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown. I like that quote for some reason. I always remember this quote for him for some reason. I don't know. He's crazy.
I guess it's true. I wasn't the one who stole that urn.
Of course not. After all, you were at KB Security at the time.
So then the person dressed up as Mask to Mask in this photo.
It's gotta be Detective Atme.
How the hell did he fit his nose in there? Oh no. I gotta let it go and move on. Foreshadowing spoiler. Okay, sorry. Let's talk about the night of the crime. So that night, you didn't go to Lordly Taylor, you went to KB Security, right?
Yes, I went to KB Security at the time the blackmail note said I should.
Alright, what happened next?
Well, I used to work there, so I knew where the CEO's office was. I knocked, but there was no answer. So then I used the key card to unlock the door.
That's probably when he dropped his wallet. Ron, you fool.
When I went into the CEO's office, someone was in there.
Someone? Looks like a certain someone to me. Game is not being subtle at all, but okay.
Then suddenly they bashed me over the head. Bam!
Was it Kane Bullard that hit you?
I don't know. The person ran away while I was still stunned. When I came to my senses, the sight I saw left me speechless.
Ugh, his tongue's sticking out.
The dead body of the CEO was right there in front of me. I thought I'd die myself. Anyway, I thought I should do something with the body.
So that's why you put it in the safe? Oh my god, why didn't you just call 911, you idiot?
Yes, that's right. I used to be the chief of one of the security teams, so I knew how to open it.
Okay, and what did you do after that?
Well, I got out of there for starters. I was the one who set up the security cameras in that building, so I knew how to avoid being spotted by them.
Nick, all of a sudden, Mr. Delight kind of sounds like the murderer to me. Yeah. This whole thing just sounds so sketchy, dude. Why didn't you just call the police, you fool? Please don't say that. Okay, why was he fired?
Mr. Delight, is it true that 1 year ago you were forced to quit KB Security?
How did you? I'm begging you. Please don't tell Desi. Please.
Don't worry, we haven't told anyone yet.
Whew, thank goodness. No, but I suppose I'll have to tell her sometime. She'll find out eventually.
Why have you been hiding it from her anyway?
Desi would despise me if she ever found out I was living a life of crime. A criminal, a thief. She'd never forgive me. My marriage would be over.
Knowing that, why did you become a thief in the first place?
Because Desi spends money like it's water.
Dude, okay, this girl, she has no shame. But, I don't... All he has to do is tell her to be realistic. Be like, girl, I love you. You married me. But you gotta realize, I don't have money coming out my armpits, okay? Like, seriously, slow your roll.
There's no job in the world that could bring in enough money. Except being a thief. At least that's what I thought anyway.
So he became the mask for Desiree, huh? What a troublemaking wife he's got. But I guess he's desperate to keep her. Okay, is there something I gotta present? Let me see. What about the blackmail letter itself?
So, was this blackmail letter written by KB Security CEO Kane Bullard?
I think so. Probably. You can only get into the CEO's office if you have a key card.
The blackmail letter said to meet at KB Security.
Then no one else other than Mr. Bullard could have written the letter.
What about the key card itself? What are you still doing with this key card anyway? That's what I was wondering. Like, if he was fired, why would he still have one? Didn't you return it when you left your job at KB Security?
Of course I returned it. Don't be silly. But it got sent back to me along with the blackmail letter.
With the blackmail letter?
Yes, it said, use this to enter the CEO's office.
That's suspicious. What else do we got? No. Kane's list? Maybe this? This list. We found it in the office of the CEO, Mr. Bullard.
Hey! This is a list of all the things Mask the Mask stole.
And that's the value of each item listed next to them. $100,000, $150,000.
Are you sure that's the value of the stolen items?
The numbers seem a little low to me. Even on the black market, the prices should be at least 3 times higher than that.
I guess he knows about that stuff because he used to be a security guard. Okay. What about... Is there anything else? CEO office buzzer?
That's the emergency buzzer from the CEO's office. Don't press it, it makes a terrible racket.
Sorry, I just love making a lot of noise.
We know. You're the one who set off those poppers and caused Lada's camera to go off in the first game, and then poor Phoenix had to reimburse her.
Does this buzzer have something to do with this case?
Well, at this point, I don't really know yet. After all, there were no prints on it, or anything else for that matter. But we have this, the buzzer record.
The buzzer went off just once around the time that Bullard was killed.
Ooh, that's scary.
Do you know anything about that, Mr. Delight?
Sorry, I'm afraid I don't.
Why am I not surprised by how clueless he is anymore? Okay, we've been presenting everything except this.
Hey, this is an article about my debut heist.
Ah.
Boy, that was a tough one. Before I knew it, they were hot on my trail.
But Mask to Mask, he must have gotten away, right? It says in the article that he disappeared.
That's right. I got a sudden burst of inspiration. I hid my Mask to Mask costume in a nearby plastic bucket. Then I quickly changed into my security guard uniform. Pretty clever, eh?
So that is you in the background. Mm-hmm.
Wow! Awesome! Hey, hold the phone. The guard in this photo. Is this you, Mr. Delight?
That's right. Nice trick if I do say so myself.
Nice and easy to figure out. Even Pearls could see through that in a heartbeat. Mm-hmm.
But as you might expect, Detective Atme found the disguise. He truly deserves the title of Ace Detective.
Detective Atme found the mask-to-mask disguise? That's interesting.
Yes, and I heard that he brought it home with him.
So that's it. That's when Atme got his hands on this.
Thanks to that, I got the chance to remake my costume.
That must have been really time-consuming, huh?
Yes, it took quite a while to complete. Anyway, a few days after that, I received the first of the blackmail letters.
Blackmail letters?
More than one? What are you talking about? Hurry, tell me what you mean.
Hey, calm down. Don't get so worked up.
Okay, we finally have something to really talk about now. Blackmail letter.
This blackmail letter, is this the first one you got?
No, of course not. But this is the first one that ever called me out to a specific location.
So, did you start receiving blackmail letters after this incident?
Yes, just a few days after the Tear of Emanon heist. That first letter, it said, "I know you did it."
So someone found out about your true identity? Just like that?
Oh, it's not easy being a master thief, you know. I've got proof that it was you, so give up, it went on to say. So in the end, I had to give up the treasure I went through all that trouble to steal.
Is that right? Hey, hang on a second. What do you mean you had to give it up?
Oh, don't worry. After I put the jewel in the safe deposit box the letter specified, someone sent me $10,000.
No one said anything about me being worried, you know.
After that, I started getting the plans in the mail.
Plans?
Uh-oh. Heist plans.
What are these plans you're talking about?
They were instructions on how to steal a crown or painting or some other rare treasure.
Oh dear.
They showed security blind spots, escape routes, and even suggested training methods.
So you mean that the one who planned the heists wasn't you?
No, it wasn't. I only planned the very first one. After that, I received plans from some very kind person. Incredibly detailed plans.
Oh my god, Ron, no, that's not kind. He's using you.
It sounds like Mr. Delight is thankful to the person that was blackmailing him.
Ron. So Ron Delight was mask to mask after all? But someone else is behind the thefts. Someone who planned it all out in detail.
All I had to do was deposit the treasures I stole into the safe deposit box. Then I just waited for the cash to come in the mail.
Could you try not to look so gleeful about it? Dude, this is not a healthy working relationship. No. It's bad enough you're a criminal.
So you went after the secret urn because of one of those plans too?
Well, see, truth is, I've never seen the urn. All I did was follow the instructions and steal what I was told to steal.
Mr. Delight, is everything you've just told me the truth?
Yes, but please don't tell Desi, okay?
Dude. Oh my gosh. She's gonna find out anyway. Ron, before we go, there's one more thing I want to ask you.
Yes, but please don't hurt me.
Mr. Kane Bullard, do you swear that it wasn't you who killed him?
Yes, of course. I could never. I'm not lying. All I did was hide his body in the safe.
Which is bad too, but okay.
But then I was afraid they'd discover what I did. So I turned myself in yesterday.
Oh, that's right, he did turn himself in.
Why?
Well, if the judge had ruled that I was guilty of robbery, then I'd have an alibi, right?
That's why he was so desperate to be pronounced guilty of the first case. Dang it.
I guess so. You're really clever, Mr. Delight.
And yet he's not. He's also an idiot. I guess I have no choice but to take Mr. Delight at his word. Oh, it's Pearl!
Mystic Maya!
Hey, Pearly!
I'm back!
Hey, Pearls. So, what have you been up to this whole time? Well, I think she said she went back to Karain Village, right?
The sacred urn, Mr. Nick! I took it back to Karain Village to have it examined.
And? What did you find out?
Well, there's no need to worry. They said it's the real urn.
Whew! That's a relief. I was really worried.
But there's one small problem.
Problem?
These cute little pink splotches. They said that it's paint and that they were put on the urn recently.
Why are we talking about the pink splotches again? What's the big deal? What's the big deal? We've got to find out how they got there. That's the big deal.
Yes, Mr. Nick, we've got to find out how they got there.
Okay. We'll go find out how they got there.
But please don't forget about me.
How could I? You're something else. Alright, we actually made progress. Yay! That took a lot of work just to get to that point, but okay. So where shall we go? Let's go right and co. I can't believe Pearl's just getting around so easily on her own. Kind of worrying, but okay. Let's see. Let's go back to the main exhibition hall. Go talk to Adrian. Oh, Adrian! Yep. I knew I was right to come back here. Oh, Pearl. How nice to see you.
Hello there.
I haven't seen you around lately. What have you been up to?
Well, actually, I was having this urn examined.
Oh, I see. That reaction says a lot right there. Maybe if we take another good look at this urn, we can figure out the mystery of what actually happened here.
Nick, let's look around one more time.
Okay. You want us to look around? How about we look at this box, which also has pink on it? This box. There's something about it that's bothering me.
That's the box that the sacred urn was in. It looks like there's some pink paint on it, too.
And it's definitely the same color as the stuff on the urn. I think I know how the paint got on it now.
Alright, let's investigate again, Nick.
Okay. Now there's another paint area. Looks to me like it's been dry for several days.
There's something suspicious about this paint mark. The bottom left part of it is shaped oddly and it's shocking pink. Mr. Nick, could it be that this odd shape is...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is it.
Ah, that's the box the sacred urn was in.
If you look here, there's a little bit of paint on the box as well.
Wow, you're right. Look, it matches. What is it, Mr. Nick?
This is all turning out exactly as I thought it would. I think it's all starting to become clear. We're that much closer to solving the mystery of what happened to the urn. It's not a big mystery, but one more thing I think we gotta look at is the statue. The statue wasn't where it is now when we first came here, right?
Yeah, it was right next to the door, wasn't it?
Well, if someone moved it, it was probably mask to mask.
Maybe he didn't like being watched by Mystic Ami when he stole the urn?
Hey, cut it out. You're giving me the creeps with that kind of talk.
Anything else that we need to examine? I don't think we need to look at this, but we'll look.
Detective Atme said he got hit on the back of the head with this by the thief. But that was obviously a lie.
Because it turned out that Atme was the real thief, it's still hard to believe. It looks like Adrian feels really bad about it. I'm going to take full responsibility and fix that sword myself. I know I don't look it, but I have complete confidence that I can fix it right up. I promise I'll fix it so you never knew it was bent in the first place.
But please be gentle with it.
Okay, is there anything else we need to... Maybe the door? Or the paint can? Looks like the door to the actual storeroom. I can see lots of big boxes and stuff back there.
I guess that's where they were keeping the sacred urn.
Remember, Maya, Miss Andrews said we're not allowed in there. Okay, what about these paint cans? Do I have to... No? Nothing? I mean, do I actually have to keep looking around, or am I done? Let's look at the... computer. Camera computer. That's what he said.
And yet he still let it take a picture of him. I guess he's not as smart as he pretends to be.
The camera belonged to Lord Taylor, so he knew he couldn't tamper with it. So then why would Mask to Mask, allow that to happen? Okay, is there anything else we really need to look at? I don't think so. Do we have to talk to her again? Ah, that's right, she has something. So let's see if we can break her psych lock right now. Alright, Adrian, let's do this. The Sacred Urn.
Miss Andrews, do you know anything about the Sacred Urn? Do I know anything? I'm in charge of the entire treasure exhibit.
The urn that was submitted before the court today. It's obviously not the same urn as before.
Well, that's true. Maybe it isn't the same. It could be a fake.
A fake?
You're the one who said it wasn't the same, so that's the most obvious explanation. Do you have any evidence that the urn that was submitted at the trial was genuine?
Where's the urn? But it's the genuine article. Thank you, Pearl. Sorry to break it to you, but the urn is the genuine article. Pearls went back to Crane Village and had it examined.
Is that right? That's nice, but I don't see how...
What she discovered was that the vase was broken. Again.
Did you say again?
Yes, it was broken once a year ago, and now it looks like the same thing has happened. And quite recently, too.
Recently? Are you saying that this urn was broken recently?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Why do you think it was broken recently? How do you know?
Well, let's go to... Where is it? Treasure exhibit... Because you can look at how it was spelled. This poster. It was made recently, right?
Poster? Oh, the poster for the exhibit.
At the time when this photo was taken, the urn said I am on it. But now, for some mysterious reason, it says Ami. When the urn was fixed, the letters were transposed.
Ah! I am? What does that even mean? I don't know anything about that. I wasn't even there when the photo for this poster was taken.
That was a mistake. Now, tell the truth.
Ah! Wait!
For?
Even if the urn was broken, I had nothing to do with it.
Huh?
Yes, that's it. It must have been one of the people at the photo shoot. They probably dropped it. I'm sure that's what happened.
Looks like I still haven't broken the entire psych lock.
do you have any proof the urn was broken here at Lordly Taylor?
Ah, this is the tricky one. Maybe this one? Let's try this one first. I think we got it.
Well, Miss Andrews,
What is this supposed to mean? Nope.
this urn has these pretty little pink paint.
I guess I did get it. Never mind.
This urn has these pretty little pink paint splotches on it. And there's some on the box the urn was stored in, too. No matter how you look at it, the paint seems to be exactly the same, wouldn't you say?
So, what does that prove?
That the urn was dropped along with the box. That's when they both got paint on them. Are you with me so far?
Yes.
The rest of the story is obvious. This box was dropped right here in Lordly Taylor's basement warehouse. If I can prove that, it means that the urn was broken here too.
So, can you prove that? Can you prove that box was dropped here in the basement warehouse?
Yes.
Ah!
I think you already know where I'm going with this, don't you?
Yes, more or less.
There's pink paint splattered on the floor and walls of this basement warehouse. But there's an odd shape imprinted into a part of the paint stain, am I right?
Yes.
Just give it up, girl. If you put this box into the impression in the paint, you can see it fits perfectly. Which means this box was dropped right there. And that is when the urn was broken.
Your name does you justice, Mr. Wright.
Well, actually, his name is not Mr. Justice. So I'm sorry.
All right. We got you, girl. We got you. Let's just finish this part right now. I'm so sorry. I was the one who broke the urn.
Boy, does this make me feel like some sort of evil schoolteacher.
I'm a terrible person. Not only did I break it, but I tried to hide what I did.
Well, that's not so hard to understand, is it, Pearly?
Maya knew.
No, not at all. I know just how she feels.
It happened about 2 weeks ago, just after the poster photo was taken. On the same day the urn arrived here. I thought I'd put it away down here for safekeeping. I was carrying it in the box.
Uh-oh.
She looks so cute like that, though. When I tripped on a paint can and lost my balance. The box I was carrying crashed to the ground.
Eesh.
I heard a terrible noise, and I thought my heart was going to stop. Fearing the worst, I opened the lid of the box, and that's when it happened.
Oh boy.
The broken pieces of the urn fell out of the box and landed right in the paint. I was in shock and let out a huge scream.
Oh boy. So clumsy, but it's adorable.
I could totally see how that could have happened.
Yeah, as clumsy as she is, I'm sure Maya understands.
Well, I knew it was the most important treasure in all of Karain Village, so I tried as hard as I could to fix it. Fortunately, the shards were pretty big.
And that's when the I am got changed to Ami?
I didn't know how it was originally written, but any sane person fixing it would have assumed it said Ami.
Ooh, she just burned Pearl. Poor Pearl.
Any sane person? Really?
Oh, Pearls. She said she wasn't very good at spelling.
It's only 3 letters, Pearl, please. Okay. Anyways, I put the urn into the storeroom, and no one had seen it since then.
Oh boy.
But there's something I don't get. When we first came here, I didn't see any paint stains.
Well, that's because it was so ugly and embarrassing. I used the golden statue to cover it.
The Ami Faye statue. Aha.
Yes, thought so.
The first time that we came down here, it was on the night that the sacred urn was stolen.
But Mr. Nick, there were no paint marks on the walls or floor of the warehouse when we were here.
Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime, around noon, that golden statue just happened to arrive from the mountain training hall.
And?
I realized that the statue would be the perfect size for covering up the paint stains. That's why I put it where you first saw it.
I see. Now it makes perfect sense. But there's still one thing I find strange.
What is it, Pearl?
The day after the urn was stolen, we came here again. At that time, the statue had been moved and the paint was clearly visible.
She's right about that. Well, Miss Andrews?
Huh? What? I don't know anything about that. I placed it there to cover the paint, so why would I move it again?
Well, then who was it? Who could have done it and why?
Interesting. On the day before the theft, the statue was definitely closer to the door. Then the next day, it was moved. But why?
Okay. Another mystery. We're done. Woo! Well, with this portion. It looks like there's some connection between the sacred urn and the murder case.
Why? Why do you think so, Nick?
Because that night, the real thief, Ron Delight, was at KB Security. So then why did another masked demask show up here? A lot of different things are pointing to one undeniable fact.
One undeniable fact?
The murder trial is starting tomorrow. It looks like that thief is going to be making another appearance.
That means we gotta see good old at me again. Alright, we did it! We got to the to be continued! Woo! I thought if I just kept going, I'd get to it. Alright, thank you so very much for watching. Sorry for the long wait for this episode. And until next time, hope you have a nice day. Bye!